Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday indeed. It is Saturday, May 9th.
It is?
Um,
Oh, May 11th.
May 11th. Oh, well, a couple days off. Ooh, whoops. Well, that's not the first time that's going to happen. So we've got tater tot casserole on the menu tonight. Dinner salad is the side winner. And I really didn't give much of a choice. Other there was going to be some kind of salad. So, and peach cobbler for dessert. So we're going to kind of get both of those going here in just a second. Wait for folks to come into the room. Hope everybody's had a good week. I'm going to say hi to Doug and Shar at home, watching an old guy on the big screen.
Ralph, sir.
Hey, Ralph. Happy Monday. Right? No. Yes. Sunday. Happy Sunday. You're not 2 days ahead. That'd really be far away.
Yeah, it would.
And really far into the future. Hope things are going well for you and your mom. Things are going all right here. It's been a really slow kind of start to the spring. The last 2 weeks, at least, have been very cloudy and cool and rainy. Had a little snow. Wasn't a lot. It just kind of came and then melted, but
Yep.
yeah, it's like here we are to almost Mother's Day weekend, and but that's Colorado. I mean, we one weekend, and this was very many years ago. We were living out on some property that we had, and Mother's Day was a beautiful day. We had, we did a little food outside, and we were living in our camper trailer on our property, and there for the camper that we had a little canvas awning. We had a couple aluminum poles that you could put out, and for the first time, I decided that I was going to put it up. And the day was beautiful. The food was great. It was a really nice Mother's Day. And that night, it snowed 4 feet. I'm not kidding you. It snowed 4 feet, and those aluminum poles that were holding up this canvas awning didn't hold up very well. And we were pretty much sealed in. I had to push against the door enough to get it open, just enough to get a knife in to cut that canvas, and then I was able to rip it the rest of the way open. Okay, so anyway, have we got anyone in the room?
Yep. Ralph says first.
Ralph?
He said 8 a.m. Sunday.
8 a.m. Okay. Well, yeah, that's kind of early for you, but I mean, not horribly early, I guess.
Carol's here.
Hi, Carol. Right down the street here.
In Arnold, howdy family. I remember the new time. I'm proud of me.
Yay, you! Nephew Arnold, yay!
Hi, Andrea.
I was just going to say, hope you and Andrea are doing well. I guess Miss Old Guy, would you push the air fry button for me? So, I'm kind of like really kind of in between really hating and kind of liking tater tots. Mostly just has to do with how they're prepared. Yeah, I'm going to eat the one I dropped. So when I grabbed it, because I never buy these things, so I just grabbed the bag, and it turns out that these aren't exactly tater tots. thin that is. It's a tater tot round. So it's as big as round as a tater tot. It's just like a slice of a tater tot. So I guess that's what I'm going to be using tonight. So I'm going to get these into the air fryer. I actually want to get these cooked up. I actually want to get these cooked up pretty crispy. Ah, boy, drop
Everywhere.
everywhere. I don't care, dog hair or whatever. It's good. Puts a little extra seasoning to the overall flavor. But I like to get them
Go ahead.
good and crispy, and just in the oven, I think, for the short time that they need to be in for the casserole. I want to make sure that these are going to have a nice brown, crispy doneness. So, Mrs. Old Guy, you need to push that time up for me on there to 25 minutes. Oh, you're going to have to push pause.
I did.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. So, boy,
Andrea says hello.
awesome.
Let me get caught up.
Yeah, sure.
Miguel Rangos here.
Miguel,
Jared here.
Jared, hey man, welcome guys.
Janice.
Janice, hi Janice, hi Ed.
That's all new that came in, but Arnold said tater product like potted meat.
Yeah. Well, yeah, kind of. I guess in a very abstract sort of way. Okay, well that's going. I'm going to get dessert going. I'm just going to kind of stand over here to take care of it. Peach cobbler for a couple of us. Cup and a half of peaches. They're just frozen ones. Obviously, it's not peach season, so or at least not here. I'm gonna throw in some brown sugar. So, I don't know what plans you would all have for the Mother's Day holiday coming up. I've never seen it twisted this way before. Okay, that was odd. Gonna do cooking for Mrs. Old Guy tomorrow, and weather permitting, we'll do it outside.
Yeah.
It's funny they have this thing going on with the aurora borealis over this last day or so. I think last night. I don't know if it was the night before as well. But as always, it was cloudy here. And the same thing when we had the lunar eclipse. Couldn't see it because it was cloudy. Every single time that we go out to look for the annual meteor showers,
Yeah.
same thing. Always cloudy when there's something going on. Otherwise, you can go out and it's a pretty clear night, most of the time.
It's going to be cloudy again tonight. There's a chance to see it again tonight,
Yeah.
but we'll see.
We'll see. I'm tempted to. It's funny. Last night we couldn't see it because it was just cloudy here. But 30 miles down the road, it was clear enough to see just fine.
Yeah.
It's one thing about where we're at. The horizon is kind of obscured on like three sides
Yeah,
because we're in a valley, so that's probably why we don't get to see a lot of stuff. Whoa. Alright, so let's get on with this. A little more.
Ralph says, so tater tots are the same as hash browns?
Pretty much. Pretty much. Kind of just the shape. Is different. Yep, I'd have to say that's a correct assessment. A little lemon juice in here. That was a little bit of cornstarch. Nice teaspoon of lemon juice. I got a tablespoon of butter I'm going to dump in there. And just a little bit of cinnamon. Get that mixed in there. Not a lot. Just a pinch. That's what it says. Honest. Alright, now we'll get these kind of just mixed up here a little bit.
Arnold says, I'm going to stash $100 in Andrea's notebook and pretend that she just magically found a C note so she can spend it on herself. But you know how moms are. She won't spend it on herself.
Don't know what to say to that.
Ralph said, good that you guys wouldn't get much light pollution.
Yeah, you're right. This is a good spot. Other than that, if it's something that's above the horizon pretty good, and it's not a cloudy night, we can see it okay.
Yeah.
But those are nice that nothing's going around. Oh, I know. Complain. But it is aggravating that these events that rarely occur.
Arnold says, you're supposed to say I'm a good husband.
Well, she wouldn't know that. Just saying. All right. Well, not any more than I would know that I'm a good husband. So. All right, let's move on here. Got to make the batter part of this stuff. Get a third cup of sugar. There we go again. Flour. Jeez. So wonder I can do anything in here. Where's that third cup? Just a bit too much. I like these cups. Alright. Almost put it in the wrong bowl. that was close. That was very close. Yes it was. Okay. A couple of tablespoons of regular sugar in this part. That's flour. Boy, it's like getting lost in my own kitchen. 1, 2. Boy.
Ed's here.
Hey, Ed.
Greetings all.
Well, greetings. Happy Saturday. I hope you're doing good. Making some peach cobblers.
It says new time and everything.
New time and everything. Well, not everything, but new time anyway.
Ronald's here.
Hey,
Have a
Ronald.
good weekend.
Happy Saturday. All right, so half a teaspoon of the baking powder. I got a whole bunch of butter, like 4 tablespoons there. Get that kind of mixed in and add a little bit of milk. It seemed like a lot of butter to me, but you know, I don't make it enough to tell you. I'm going to tell you after I get done cooking it and eat it. 2 tablespoons of milk. Let me polish it off. Smooth. Alright, that looks okay-ish. Oh, I guess I'll just pop it in the sink.
Lisa's here. Hi, Tom and Mrs. Old Guy. How you been doing? Me and Wild Man are here. Happy Mother's Day tomorrow.
Awesome.
Lisa, same to you.
Well, yeah. Happy Mother's Day to you too, Lisa. Tomorrow. Wild man. I'll tell you, Wild man. Your granny, your grandma, man. Your thing. I tell you, man. You had me laughing. That was too funny.
Yeah, well,
The glasses were a nice touch, by the way. Oh boy. For those of you that haven't seen it, the Crazy Food Crew does put out a video on some Little Debbie's Mother's Day cakes. And I thought it was very amusing and a great review. So if you haven't seen it, maybe I'll have Mrs. Old Guy put it up.
okay. Look, yeah, it. Yeah, okay.
Split these up here.
I shall let him know. I'm good. How are you?
All right. Kind of split up the peaches between the two there.
Maybe.
Must be my brother on the phone. And we're gonna dab this stuff. Dab.
Yeah, I don't think
Dollop?
I'm not very good at using my own, so.
This stuff onto the peaches. I don't know if you.
Okay, let me see.
Yeah. Oop.
Hi. Have a good night. Arnold.
My nephew thought that would be my brother.
Yeah, I thought it was Doug too, but
What a surprise. So did he tell you what they're having for dinner?
no, he didn't.
Hello? You know I'm gonna ask you, what is wrong with you? I'm surprised that Doug hasn't called because you know I want to know what you're having for dinner. We're having tater tot casserole. Well, I'm having tater tot casserole. Mrs. Old Guy is just gonna have whatever this casserole is. I guess beef, mushroom.
Ralph said Mom is on a holiday, so he's off the hook.
Gotcha. All right. I kind of split that up. A little bit of water. Just kind of help things from getting all dry and crusty.
Arnold's having baked chicken and mashed potatoes and green beans.
That sounds good. Baked chicken.
Here's Doug.
Uh-huh. All right, let's set this time for
Hello.
30 minutes.
How are you?
Time's a rolling.
Yep, you were.
Okay, so we're gonna let that cook for a little while. And I guess I'm gonna just tidy up a tad, and then I'll get on to maybe
Cool. That sounds good.
making the salad. Not that it's gonna take a lot of effort, but I will sort of tidy up a little bit. Might as well. A lot less to clean up that way.
Yeah,
At the end.
It's
Although
not too bad out there, really.
some of these
It's
nights
not
like
that
tonight don't create much of a mess for me. Others,
Thank you. Don't forget, sure.
well, and I suppose it's not They don't
Okay.
create a mess. I'm the one that creates a mess. I mean, like making pizza. You know, I don't have to make the sauce. I don't have to make the cheese. I don't have to make this, but I do. So I put that on myself. So trashing my kitchen as much as I do, I guess, is up to me.
So Doug and Char are having chicken and cheese enchiladas and probably something like ice cream or something for dessert.
Nice. Okay, chicken and cheese enchiladas. Yum. Okay, sounds all right.
Lisa said her and Wild Man are having chicken dinners for dinner tonight.
Geez, you know, now I gotta ask now, because of the way you phrased that. Are you talking like a chicken, like TV dinner, chicken dinner? Or are you talking like you went to the store or to KFC and got like chicken dinner that it comes with the potatoes and all that? Or I guess the other option, you actually make a chicken dinner, baked chicken or something. Now see, chicken dinner can be a lot of different things. I'm just saying. But there's a lot of chicken tonight.
There is.
Chicken enchiladas and
Baked chicken and their chicken and yep.
see.
Photos Against Anxiety is here.
Hey, good
Hello
evening.
to my favorite chef and the missus. She's been
Thank
busy
you.
with her new camera. However, she did want to say hello.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you coming in and hanging out forever long, however long you're able. Welcome, welcome. Happy Mother's Day if it applies to you. I do
Yes.
not know. It does. Okay.
I
So
don't know if it does, but
I don't- yeah.
that's just agreed.
yeah, happy Mother's Day tomorrow if that is the case. We're going to. I'm going to cook out. I'm actually grill. I've cooked in the smoker a couple of times because I don't need to stand out there yet this spring, but I have yet to grill out this spring, and I'm hoping that tomorrow, Mother's Day, it'll at least be good enough to go out and grill.
Yeah.
Don't have to necessarily eat out there, although it would be nice. You know, just the fact that weather would allow me to do a little grilling.
Yeah. See what the weather's like.
Yeah.
Probably eat out. It's nice.
Well, that's pretty much what I just said.
Ralph said, I thought chicken dinner was wheat.
Was wheat? No, somebody been telling you the wrong story. A chicken dinner has chicken in it.
Lisa said yes, TV dinners.
TV dinners, okay. Swanson TV dinners? They're the next best thing to your own cooking. Or banquet TV dinners? I guess those are the two big ones. Swanson and banquet.
Yeah.
I mean, you see some of the other ones like the Marie calendars
Yeah.
and some of those.
I think Ralph was talking about chickens, what they eat for dinner.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm talking about too. Chicken.
Chickens.
That we eat. Chickens. We eat chickens for dinner. I don't
What
understand.
chickens eat,
Oh, what chickens eat?
I think that's what he's talking about.
Oh, well, we eat what chickens eat? Now you've got me confused.
Carol said, funny Ralph, my chicken dinner is corn. She feeds corn to her chickens.
Okay.
You thought
Chicken
you-
dinner. Okay, the dinner you would feed to a chicken.
Yes.
Ah, well, if that's the case, that's a completely different story, of course. You know, I'm gonna feed it some mealworms and some grasshoppers, and you know, if it wants to peck at a salad, I'll give it some. Put a little bib on its neck.
Bacon 420's here.
Bacon.
Now I need bacon wrapped tater tot casserole.
Yum. That would be good. And if I would have thought about adding some bacon to it, I'd probably have some out. Of course, you know, me being old guy, I have some bacon on hand, but it's in the freezer. So, unfortunately, yeah, it's not okay. I have to admit it, bacon, and this is the honest truth. There was a half a package this morning, and I cooked it, and I ate all of it, except for 2 half slices that I gave one each to the dogs. So I had some earlier, but I ate it already. And by the way, I got a question for you guys. Do these pants make me look fat? Or is it just my fat that makes me look fat? Oh boy. I don't know if I wanted to say that or not, but I did. Oh geez, I guess while I'm standing here being an idiot, I'm going to grate some of the cheese that I'm going to need to put in the casserole.
They said LOL, blame the camera lens.
Blame the camera lens?
Yep.
Yeah. As much as I'd like to. Oh boy. So this is just some regular cheddar cheese. Oh boy. Janice, what have you guys got planned tomorrow? Are you going to have a visit from Chillins? I mean, I know they're not children, but just curious. Most of the family lives pretty far from us, so they're spread out pretty well too. All right. A nice little pile of cheese. That looks like it'll be enough. There you have it. Boy, I'm telling you, it's doing the working and the thinking that's going to wear a fella out. Well, it's almost more than I can take. I think I'm seriously going to have to stand here and rest for just a minute. And I always wished that when I was cooking for a living that I could charge like a mechanic. Geez, buddy, I'm sorry. It was a little harder for me to cook that burger than I thought it was going to be. And I have to charge you an extra $1.95. But it ain't that way, and it weren't that way, so I get tired real easy. Okay, I know I'm not making any sense.
Janice said, Patrick, Ed, and I will be having breakfast with my mom, brothers, and their families. Megan is in Chicago and will probably just call us.
Ah, well that's awesome. It sounds like it'll be a really nice day.
Yep.
It does. Awesome.
Eli's
Fantastic.
here.
Hey, Eli. How are you? How are you? Cooking up Eli's request tonight?
He says, what did I miss?
Tater tot casserole. What did you miss? Well, I made peach cobbler, and I got it going in the oven. Whether it's going to be a successful peach cobbler remains to be seen. I'm not terribly optimistic. The tater tots themselves, actually, when I got them home and opened up the bag, they were tater tot rounds. So they're like 3 or 4 of them would make the size of a whole tater tot. So I got them crisping up in the air fryer. I don't know if you can hear that in the background or not, but got them. I want them fully cooked and crispy before I put them on top of a steaming hot casserole mixture, and then put it into an oven where it's gonna have moisture coming up from underneath. And see how I did that arm participation? Okay, so yes, I'm going to be getting that going here pretty soon, the rest of this, but I got to wait for the casserole, the desserts to bake off in the oven. Still getting used to this 2 o'clock time. It is a little better this week. I'm not quite as disoriented, so it's going to take a little while to get used to the new time. So, and it's really dark out because of the clouds today. Otherwise, I really probably wouldn't need these lights on, or maybe not even as many, but it has been very dark and cloudy all day. We decided we'd get the dogs out for their walk early because it really looks like it's going to rain. So again, but it's nice. Things are starting to get nice and green, and I'll take some pictures and post them on my Facebook. But for those of you that know me on Facebook, of our lilac bushes out front, they're probably 100 years old, and they are a dark purple lilac, and they are really blooming nicely this year. So I'll get a snapshot of that. We got a bunch of them out in the back of our property too, but they are a lighter purple and white. So, but, yeah, not as old as these out front. More like lilac trees.
Yep. Eli said if the cobbler doesn't come out the way you want it, you can always throw it in the blender with some ice cream.
You know, that's not a horrible idea. Thank you. Thank you. You might have saved the day, Eli. We'll see what comes out of the oven.
Eli says rain. Is that like water from the sky?
Mm-hmm. Water from the sky, after it hits the ground, comes up in the form of moisture. Just so you know. That's how lakes and such fill, because of it coming up in the form of moisture. That's the story I'm going to stick to. What, 15 more minutes on those? I mean, I could be making the salad right now, but what am I going to do if I make the salad now? What am I going to do when the casserole is cooking? See what I mean? This is like a big dilemma here. Suppose I could get the filling going. I mean, I do want to put the casserole in pretty directly after these come out of the oven. I don't doubt if it takes 15 minutes to do it, but
Nate says, are y'all talking about the hydraulic cycle? Nate is here?
Nate? You mean my nephew Nate? No, Nate Dog.
He just says Nate. So.
Nate Dog, I'm sure. And so what was the question?
Are y'all talking about the hydraulic cycle?
Hydrologic cycle?
Yes.
I generally don't talk about such things in the presence of ladies. Here you go.
Lisa says, Tom, your cooking's all good. I'm not sure about that, but
Yeah, Mrs. Old Guy knows better than that too. She's been around for some of the more than one failed attempt at one thing or other.
Do you want
Yeah, I got it. Thank you. And I'll show Eli the tater tot rounds, and you see what I mean. I'd have to stack like 3 of them to get that one tater tot, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Got extra. They're nice and golden brown. That's how I'm gonna want them to go on top. Should I put a little salt on one and see how crispy it is?
Bacon out, hey, you get any good pics of the Aurora Borealis last night?
Everybody around us did. It was too cloudy here to see. So, yeah. But there's a chance, I guess, tonight, if it's supposed to be cloudy and overcast, which it is, but if it blows out some, we might be able to drive 20 miles down the road, and we should be able to see it for a couple of reasons. Not only would the sky be a little bit clearer, but we'd be out of the valley and a lot less obstruction on the horizon. So maybe
Yeah.
we'd sure like to. I've seen it once back in the 80s. So it was weird though, because it was during the day.
That is weird.
Or I guess late afternoon. It was in the summer. Just a patch. I couldn't describe how big, but it wasn't as big as the sky. Just a patch of red, glowing.
So Ralph said I'd be keen to see a foraging video sometime, if that's something you'd be happy to do, OG.
A foraging video? You mean like foraging for wild things to eat?
So this is our last week under 100 degrees. Sigh. He says, love me some crispy taters.
Oh yeah, the crispier the better.
Joshua and John are both here.
Joshua! John, good evening, guys. Happy Saturday. Hope you had a good week. Just gonna get some ground beef going in the pan here.
So Nate says, classy answer. We must always be gentlemen. I rarely catch your stream, and my time is coming to an end as I gotta get back to work. Nice to see you.
Well, thank you, Nate, for dropping by. See you next time. Be safe. Have a happy Mother's Day with your mom or whatever, if that applies. Bye. Thanks for coming in. All right, let me get half of this cut.
Bacon said, if you push them together, it's still a tater tot, or does it become hash browns?
Well, it's all basically a hash brown, so really. At least that's how I'm going to look at it.
Eli said, we are blessed with some of the best sunsets in the country. So many pinks and purples like postcards. Crash.
Okay.
I would love to see that one.
Now, who said that? Eli? Yeah. I bet. I bet you do get some really beautiful sunsets.
Peter Griffin is here?
Peter Griffin! Well, sir, haven't seen you around in quite some time. Hope all is well. We're just getting into some tater tot casserole. Hope everything is going good in the UK, if I remember correctly. So, geez. What time would it be there? Something like 10 p.m. or something? I don't know. 11 p.m. I have no idea. That's just a wild guess, but welcome. Glad to see you.
Lisa said she don't think that was Nate, though. It was a different name.
Yeah. After just a minute or two, I kind of realized that it probably wasn't. So, hey, that's okay.
Ralph said, "Yep, just a video of you doing your walk, you going for a walk, and showing what wild plants you can eat over there."
Ah, well. I guess I could probably do that to an extent. I know where there's some wild raspberries. That was up on the mesa, right?
Yeah.
When we found those wild raspberries. Yeah. I know a place where there's some blackberries that are just kind of growing and running amok, but they were planted by somebody and they're running along the fence line. Yeah. So I don't know if that counts or not, but there's plenty of plum trees and apple trees and apricot trees, yeah, that just grow wild around here. There's cherry trees that grow wild. Our neighbor's property here, it's just a vacation home for them. They live in California. And there's two really big, really old cherry trees that over the years have produced a lot of little cherry trees that are starting to get, some of them now are starting to get pretty good size. Other ones, they're still just, little things, Maybe it might produce a half a dozen cherries,
John King says, "I'm hanging out with my brother Arturo at his house, going to be a big barbecue soon, chicken and fajitas."
That sounds good. It does. Sounds good. Oh, wait a minute. What am I doing here?
Peter Griffin says, "Correct, UK, it's 2140 here."
So 2140, 21, it's like 11 o'clock. Well, no, say 21. It's been too long. 9 a.m., 9 p.m.? Yeah, 9 p.m. I think. Well, welcome.
He says, "I'm getting ready for bed and enjoying the stream."
Well, I appreciate you stopping in. It has been quite a while. And I did set my time back 2 hours from my original stream time. I started, how long ago did I start the stream? About 45 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So, my new time. So if you happen to be on and notice me here, we'll drop in and say, hey, we always got room at the table for one more person. You betcha.
Eli says, "Think it might be too early for the time surfer?"
I don't know. Ralph is one of our fellow, future guys. And it was 8 a.m.
Yep.
there, and he's even farther in the future than Guy from the future. So, I mean, like Ralph is future. If that makes any sense. And if it does, you better see a doctor.
Eli said, "Just be careful with morels."
Oh yeah, well, I don't. Mushrooms are not something that I generally forage for. It's just, I don't know enough about them, so I don't bother. Now, I've helped other people that, went up foraging for mushrooms, and,
Yeah.
that was all right, but they knew what to look for, and they showed me what to look for, and that's okay, but I couldn't guarantee myself that I would recognize the same ones. So, I mean, doing it once doesn't make you an old pro, so to speak, so that's not something I dabble with. But there are wild asparagus that grow here. In fact, Mrs. Old Guy and I were talking about going to look tomorrow morning, maybe have some with dinner.
Ralph says, do you have local community gardens? Because that would also be interesting to see.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see because it's been talked about here before, but that's as far as it ever got. There's just people talking about doing it. And so
The next town over might have one, I think, but I'm not sure.
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure if they do.
Peter says, any plans to collab with Val again? Weird cooking challenges?
Oh yeah, we do have things planned. It's just a matter of getting the timing right. Seems like when I'm doing something, he's not got something going on, but it happens the other way around too. I'm not doing much, but he's got a lot on his plate. So when it happens, we'll do one.
Eli says, a trippy OG cooking show.
That would be interesting to say the least. Get a little bit of this, a little bit of this fat off of here. Okay, this is again one of those kind of recipes that, well, let's just say I'm not that thrilled about. Just because of, the fact that it calls for canned stuff. And I suppose I could have, it calls for can of cream of mushroom soup. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I mean, lots of people eat it, and I did for a long time. It's not that I didn't. It's just, I would just rather make my own now. But I decided that I wasn't going to make a big enough batch of cream of mushroom soup to do a tiny little casserole for the two of us. So, all right, a little bit of milk. Let's get about half of this can of soup in there. Making a slightly smaller batch than what the recipe itself called for. I mean, of course, it's just the two of us. There was a couple of different options on these. Some call for Worcestershire sauce, some don't. Some call for cheese melted in, some don't. Some call for sour cream, some don't. Some call for vegetables, and the vegetables varied. Peas, corn, beans, you name it. So it's like, okay, I will grab a can of green beans. That I'm not really fond of green beans. Canned anyway. Fresh is a different story. But I'm going to put them in here because that's what it calls for. What did I do with that?
Just popped up for the weather saying that rain is expected in an hour.
Oh, goody. Well, I would have to say that I don't see any reason why that wouldn't be just a delicious cobbler.
Yep, that looks good.
So, Mrs. Old Guy, put that there and I'll let you set that outside. Give it a chance to cool down some. So, because there's all these different ways, I'm just going to kind of wing it a little bit. Where'd it go? It's always right where you don't put it last.
Cheryl said Mrs. Old Guy doesn't eat potatoes. Got that right. That's why I'm not having potatoes.
That's right. And it's not that she doesn't like potatoes.
No.
She likes potatoes just fine.
They don't like me.
No, they don't. Alright. Little dab, little sister. About half this can of green beans, I guess. Tater Tot Casserole. You're not going to find this over at a restaurant in New York. Let's throw a little bit of sour cream in here. Oh boy. Mix that in. So far, I think we're doing all right. Heck, this is their world. I'm just trying to get along in it. Okay. So, I'm going to take out some of this for mine. Well, it's not going to take long to cook. Some of this for Mrs. Old Guy.
Lisa says, hey, Wild Man is cooking me and our Mother's Day dinner tomorrow. He is making ham, green beans, potatoes, and cornbread.
Yummy.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, it does. A little more here. Now I'm going to kind of pull this here. So, because Mrs. Old Guy cannot do the tater tots, I got some pasta that I made yesterday. I had a little spaghetti. So I'm just going to toss a little bit of this in there.
Just fine, I think.
I think so.
Lisa says, P.S. not TV dinner. Well, that's a good thing.
I bet I bet Wild Man, I bet he is a pretty darn good cook.
Steve Russell's here. Hello.
Hey, Steve. Happy Mother's Day weekend. Not that I'm implying anything. Hope you are doing well. I'm just getting Mrs. Old Guy's portion of this tater tot casserole ready without any tater tots because she can't have it. And I'll get mine ready here.
She said, yes, he is, Lisa did.
Yeah, I bet. I bet he is a good cook. All right, so there's that. What do I do with the cheese? Here we go.
Steve says he's doing okay. I hope you and Mrs. are well.
We are. All right. So there's a nice little top of that up for Mrs. Old Guy. Let's throw some on top of mine here.
Ralph said foraging around our city you can find edible plants like kawakawa or nasturtium. Boy, I don't know how to say a lot of these. Fennel, onion weed. We have onion weed around here, I think. Black nightshade, just to name a few.
Oh, there's, wild garlic, I guess. What's that?
I was just trying to say that. Horopito? Horopito?
Yeah, those are things that we're not familiar with, Ralph. All right, I'm going to start laying these tater tots in. I'm going to kind of stack them against each other instead of laying them just flat.
Steve says, did you find any asparagus? I only asked because you said you planned on looking last weekend.
Yep. We didn't get to it last weekend, and to tell you the truth, it's been really kind of cold and rainy, so I figured we'd give it another week. Tomorrow morning, we do have plans, though, to go and look so that maybe we could have some for Mother's Day. So, and we'll take a camera with us, and if we run into some, I'll make a little video.
He said nice.
Alright, just stacking these up here. I saw this also a couple of ways with the cheese on the top of the tater tots. I saw the cheese mixed into the rest of the casserole. I saw the cheese put down on top of the casserole and the tater tots on top like I'm doing. And I guess that's what I decided to do. Because I don't want to lose the crunch on these if I can help it. What do you know? There's just enough left for a quick snack.
Bacon says, woo, fancy.
All right. I'll give you guys a look before it goes in. See that okay?
Yep.
All right. This isn't going to take very long. Neither one of these are very big. So let's reset this for 20 minutes.
Bacon says, my wife would demand more cheese.
Okay. Well, then I guess you'd have to meet her demands. I don't know what to say. All right. So, tear up a little bit of this iceberg. Iceberg.
Bacon said she would cheese it up until you can't see the tater tots.
I can see that. You know, I just prefer for me, I don't care for tater tots most of the time because of the way they're prepared. I really prefer them to be like super crispy on the outside because usually when you get them, the outside might be a little crunchy, but the inside is like almost kind of raw in a way, and it's just not a mouthfeel that I like that much. All right, let's get some onions.
You know, I said, how do you make holy water? Boil the heck out of it.
Ha 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 ha.
Bacon said, right, LOL.
All right, let's go a little bell pepper in here. Oh, I guess I'll cut that out. Might as well, a little dinner salad. Try to eating a little bit healthier. Hasn't been like a super easy thing here, but
You're doing a good job. You're working at it.
I'm working at it, so trying to get rid of some of the tubbiness here. Alright. Got some Roma tomato. I'm going to add a little bit. Might be a little bit of this salad left. I don't know. I might eat more salad than dinner. We'll see. And a little bit of apple. Oh. was hoping to miss the core. It's alright. Put a little sliced apple in there. You know what? Oh, well, that's alright. I was going to peel it. That's okay. It'll be cut up small enough it won't matter. A little diced up apple. Should be good. I'm not going to put the whole thing. I just want to put part of it. There we go. Toss that in. A little bit of carrot. Close enough. Just thinly shaved little pieces of carrot there. That can go in. Little English cucumber action. I like the English cucumbers over the regular burpees. I think they keep better. They stay firmer longer. They don't seem to go as mushy as quick as a regular cucumber.
Ralph said he bought a smart plug from AliExpress, which turned out to be faulty and had to return it for a full refund. So $35 for the plug and $65 to post it back to China. And I'm really hoping I get my $100 back. Well, yeah, I hope you do too. That's crazy.
We had one of the shelves in our refrigerator break. It's cracked in half from the weight, and I called Sony. Is that who this is?
Yeah,
Samsung.
Samsung, yes.
To order the part from a Samsung dealer. And they said, well, we don't have that part in stock. It's going to have to come in from China or wherever the heck it is. So, outrageous price, well over $100. Ordered it, and after 3 months, we still didn't have it. And I still kept getting the same, as soon as it ships from wherever manufacturer, Samsung plant, blah, blah, blah. So finally I just canceled it and I fixed the shelf my way. Hey,
yeah.
it won't break again.
No. I said, hey Tom, got to go now, but see you next week, Lisa and Wildman.
Well, hey guys, we'll see you next weekend. Be safe. Have a happy Mother's Day tomorrow.
Yep.
Les, thanks for cooking for her. Hope you guys have a good night and a safe week.
Yep.
Oop, throwing stuff on the floor again.
I said I just had to replace the fan on his fridge.
Yeah. I don't know enough about refrigeration units to mess with them.
No.
I mean, I can, unplug a freezer and defrost it.
This is at YouTube.
All right. Tossed salad. Just gonna set all this stuff aside for right now. Deal with it later. How good was that apple? Yummy. I suppose it would help keep it better if I put the milk away.
Yeah, might.
And maybe what's left of this ground beef. I might put that away too. Good thing it isn't any warmer out, or there would have been flies all over it.
Yep. Ralph said with your skills, you could probably make the whole fridge from a log.
With my skills, I could probably what?
Make a whole fridge from a log.
I'm thinking that might be exaggerating my capabilities just a little. But I appreciate the thought.
Carol says, I hear the storm.
Mm-hmm. It's getting windy. The only reason I know that is I can see it. Our house is really quiet.
Yeah.
You know, cars go by, speeding by out of the highway right here. Don't hear them most of the time unless they're, you know, a loud truck or something.
Yeah. Eli says, sorry, Carol, I had beans, LOL.
That's
Carol
funny.
said, wow, cut back.
Cut back. I'd say you fellas have had enough. For those of you that maybe know the reference, we got about 10 minutes left on that. Guess I'll pull my chair up. Get us a couple of bowls. Bowls.
I'll be right back.
Some forks, okay? This old guy will be back in a minute, so I'm not going to know what you're commenting, if anything. So, like, this is a good time for you to, like, talk, you know, and nobody will know what you're saying. Well, you'll know what you're saying. So I can't say no one will know. That was inappropriate. I should have known better. We have 9 minutes and about 40 seconds left. We'll see. It is getting a little windy. It's not really any darker out than it has been all day. I actually have the heater still on here, which is kind of unusual for me. Usually it gets warm enough during the day that we don't need to have the heater on in the evenings, but it's been getting into the 40s still and in the 30s, so she returns.
It's really windy out there. It's starting to rain. The hummingbirds don't like it. They're all making noise.
So, well, there you go. Yes, and it is that time of year, the hummingbirds coming around.
Yeah.
We like that a lot. We like that a lot. All right, let's get some of the stuff in the bowl here. Stuff in the bowl.
Carol said probably getting the cobbler is what I was doing.
No.
Eli says, I'm just hoping we don't have a summer like this last.
Yeah, last year was pretty hot for you guys. I do remember hearing a lot of issues that you guys had to deal with because of how hot it was. So yeah, I hope it's not like that for you again this year too.
Toilet bowl review is here. Hello, everyone.
Hey, TBR. Welcome, man. I am just getting a little white balsamic on top of these dinner salads for Mrs. Old Guy and I. Baked a little bit of a peach cobbler, a couple of individual portions, and dinner is 7 minutes and 45 seconds away. So have yourself a seat. We were just talking about the storm that's kind of blowing in here, and the fact that it's been a pretty cool spring so far, and a rainy one, which I'm not going to complain about. I do want to see more rain, but it would be nice to have a few days of sunshine in between.
Yep.
Just I know that might sound like I'm being selfish. That me personally would like to have more sunny days, but so I hope that doesn't offend, like the rain gods or anything,
Ralph said it's still autumn here, and I had to turn on the electric blanket last night.
Yeah. It's getting close to your winter coming up soon. Yeah, first day of winter for you, first day of summer for us. Doug and Char's anniversary coming up.
Yeah.
Next month. The 21st, I believe, is the summer solstice. So there you go.
Thank you.
Right there.
Yeah.
That's yours.
Thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Yep, anytime, Toots. So, Mr. TBR, we have got red bell pepper, tomato, onion, carrots, what else? Apple.
Yep.
Some apple slices, and regular old leaf, or not leaf lettuce, but head lettuce, iceberg lettuce water, pretty much.
Eli said that they already have wildfires going on.
That's not good.
No.
There was one here in Colorado. In
Yep.
fact, not too far from us. But they luckily it didn't turn into a huge deal, and they were able to get it out pretty quickly. But it really surprised me. It's like,
Yeah.
wow, really that quickly? 5 minutes on these. I'm gonna take a look. I just want to get a better peek. I don't want these to, because they're small. Yeah. I don't want them to dry out and overbake them.
Ralph told Eli, send Scott your way. Because Scott is the firefighter.
Oh, there we go. That looks all right. Let me get some dishes here. Is a bowl all right with you?
Yep, that's fine.
Guess I should show the folks at home.
Bacon says, hey, I'm overbaked. With a smiley face.
Funny. All right. First, I'll just give you a look at Mrs. Old Guys with no tater tots. Just, geez, you can't see that very well, can you?
Not real good.
Not
But it's
real
pretty deep in the bowl. So.
Yeah, so, okay. I didn't think so.
Did okay though. It says I'm right there with you, bacon. Carol said, come on, Gavin.
Okay. Get this in the bowl. Okay. Maybe you could see it a little better now.
Yep, that's better.
Just a pile of goop
With noodles.
with noodles and cheese on the top. All right, and salad.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You hear? Carol said to turn off the oven.
Oh, yes, Mom. Oven's off. Oh, and I guess I got to show you these guys. Although it doesn't look much different than it did the last time you saw it. Maybe a little bit browner, but looks pretty much the same. Just the cheese is all melted now. And that's fine. That's kind of what I wanted. Scoop some of this out. Guess I'll take a little bit more. All right. Guess I'll take a bite of the salad.
Carol says, okay, tomorrow is my day. And then Jared Tierno says, yum.
Mm. All right. How is it with just cheese?
I haven't tried it yet.
Oh. Well, that was a bite of salad.
Yep. Eli
Gotcha.
says, I hear crispy taters.
All right, let's see here. I didn't get crazy with the recipe on this one. Just kind of wanted to go with what a tater tot casserole.
This is okay. This
It
way.
was like, yeah, it's all right. I could see where this would make like a, even for nights like this, a cold weather comfort food kind of thing.
Ralph says, I was kindly given more free tickets to the orchestra, so I'm heading there later today.
Nice. Do you know what they're going to be playing ahead of time? This old guy. I think I'm going to jump in and splurge both feet at once. Would you hand me a artificially flavored high fructose corn syrup carbonated beverage? Tropical 7-Up. Anybody else tried these? The Tropical 7-Up? Peach and mango?
Bacon 420 said I'd shove all that into a burrito.
Would be alright.
Toilet Bowl said I would love to review a salad, but some things aren't meant to be reviewed in that little room.
You know, buddy, I'm going to have to agree with you.
And Eli told Bacon, great minds think alike.
Toilet bowl. I wish I had a better name to call you. TB. Let's say. Send me a message back again at old guy. I'm not sure that I remember unless you can just put it here. Just pop down your email or email me at oldguyincolorado@gmail. I want to send you a link to a video it's not out yet. It's not something it's just something that I was a part of. But I'm not sure if you would get any amusement out of it or not. It's a trailer for a homespun movie that this guy's been working on for the past years. So I'd like to send you the link to it.
Carol said that her grandson loves tater tots.
They're okay. As long as they're cooked all the way through.
Yeah. Ralph said, not too sure what they're playing, as I don't normally listen to much classical music, though I do still enjoy it.
Okay. I was just curious if you knew, like, even the composer, if they're doing anyone in particular or the music or whatever. Doesn't matter. I was just curious.
Oh, her grandson loves tropical 7-Up. Sorry.
Oh. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Levi said, during late night munchies, I've pretty much turned anything you can think of into either a sandwich or a burrito.
Mm-hmm. And for me, if it doesn't necessarily meet, I guess, my personal standards for a burrito, I just call it a wrap. You put anything in a tortilla, and you can still call it. You can call it a burrito, but it's also a wrap. So you're kind of covered both ways.
TV said, I did a name reveal channel. You're subbed to it. And then he says, my name is Terry Burberry Jr., TV2.
Okay, Terry. Well, at least that better than calling you toilet bowl all the time. Nothing poisonal.
Jared said he's never heard of tropical 7-Up.
I don't know if it's only a regional thing or not. I wouldn't think.
I wouldn't think so, but
It's been out for a few months.
yeah.
Like, I don't know. I wouldn't think quite a year yet.
Bacon said, LOL, TB2 sounds like a new disease.
Hey, Doc. I think I got a bad case of TB2.
Bacon says, oh, now I want tater tot casserole wrapped in one of those fancy spinach or tomato tortillas.
Yep, and you've got to add something, I don't know, slightly foo-foo. Like have them wrap some kale in it too.
Eli said he likes cherry 7-Up.
Mm-hmm. Cherry 7-Up's pretty decent. A few years back, Mrs. Old Guy and I went to a place called Rocket Fizz. Rocket Fizz itself has its sodas that it puts out, but it also carries all kinds of other. They boast over 350 flavors and types of sodas in their stores. So we went up and I picked up I don't know, I think it was a case, 24 bottles. And I learned pretty quickly that most of the Rocket Fizz flavors were just terrible. It was like drinking a sweet, bad chemical experiment. None of them, well, I'm not going to say none of them. Few of them tasted like they were labeled to taste like. Most of them just tasted terrible. The worst one was the kumquat flavored one. Val and I actually did a collaboration of, this was before I actually had a real kumquat. There's a Rocket Fizz near him. I got kumquat, so he went and got kumquat. And his was good. You know, yeah, this tastes pretty good. Mine, I'm serious. It was like drinking a sweet cleaning chemical agent. It was awful. But I would like to make a return trip back to that store to maybe get some other sodas instead. They got like some of the Lester's Fixins and some knee-high flavors that I've never had, and so it's worth going to. But yeah, if you ever go, stay away from the Rocket Fizz flavors.
Bacon says, haha, I never liked the Rocket Fizz funky flavors.
Oh, terrible.
Terry says, love Rocket Fizz.
Hmm. There was a couple that I liked. It was an alien soda, but it still said Rocket Fizz. Not if I don't know if it was just bottled by them or what, but it was an alien soda, a plum alien soda, plum flavor, and it was great. It was really delicious. I've never had a plum soda before. It was really good.
Ralph says, shame they don't sell L&P soda over there so you could do a review.
L&P.
Yeah. Bacon says, that's it. They were all sweet and chemically.
Well, that's it. Ralph, what L&P? Now, is that like the company name and there's different flavors, or is the L&P the flavor itself? And if so, like, what is that, a cola, or you've kind of piqued my curiosity.
Eli says that tater tot casserole with chorizo and eggs, and you got a hell of a breakfast burrito.
Oh yeah, heck yeah. Well, I don't make breakfast burritos now with anything other than chorizo. I don't use breakfast sausage or, sorry to say it, bacon. Well, if I do use bacon, I'm going to use chorizo too. So, but
Terry says, I've purchased several sodas from Rocket Fizz. However, I've never bought one of their Rocket Fizz store brand drinks. I'll be sure to stay clear of them. Haha.
Well, like I said, there were a couple that was good, but I suppose it's entirely at your own risk when it comes to delving into the world of Rocket Fizz flavors. Bubblegum was another one that was really bad. Didn't taste a thing like it. Neither did it was the jalapeno one. It was the jalapeno something. It was a blend.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, it also was. Right up there in the top 5 worst sodas ever.
Bacon says, I never say no to breakfast. Eli says, breakfast is my favorite meal. Eli says, aren't L&P cigarettes? Bacon says, that's L&M. Eli says, oh, LOL. I have a cigar or two. That's my limit.
Boy.
Ralph says, is the name L&P is the name of a drink, and it only has one flavor. It's made in New Zealand.
So now the question is it like a fruity beverage, or is it a cola, or like a mix of the two? I'd like to try some sometime, but I know the cost of trying to get that stuff. I was going to ship Greg Wells some root beers. Just 4 20-ounce bottles of root beers. They wanted over $300 to mail it to him in Australia. And as I Greg is a really great guy, but I'm not going to ship 4 bottles of soda for $300. I'm just not going to do it.
Terry says, oh really? A jalapeno tasted awful? I would never have imagined that.
Well, I've had other jalapeno or other spicy sort of beverages, and they're fine. They taste like they're supposed to. I may not like it, but at least it tastes like it's supposed, like it says. It says it tastes like jalapeno. Hey, what do you know? I'm getting some jalapeno flavor. That's not what I got from that soda at all. Again, it was just a very horrendous chemical flavor that it makes you wonder, well, did they even taste this to test it? You know, or is it just something that they at random put together and say it's this flavor? I don't know. Because I really couldn't see how anyone would think that that tasted like jalapeno. And it was that way with a bunch of others, so. They also have a big selection of retro candy.
Yeah. Cool store.
It is a cool store.
So Ralph says it's quite sweet and lemony.
Lemony, okay.
Eli says, I can't wait for that cobbler. Terry says, I had a Jones Hatch chili soda.
Uh-huh.
It was my last Hatch chili pop.
I bought some too. And
Steve says, I could make garbage tasting soda and overcharge for it.
Terry. You read what that says.
Hold down.
Can you read it?
Kinda. Turn it a little bit. Other way. Yep, there.
Yeah, I tried the Hatch green chili soda too. And that's why this bottle's still sitting there. It's been, I don't know, at least a year. I figure I was going to wait till like 2026 or 2027. Pull it out of the fridge and pop it open. See how bad it is.
Did you hear me? Steve said that he could make a garbage tasting soda and overcharge for it.
Yeah. Yum.
Eli said that he just ordered a carbonation machine to get ready for some weirdly carbonated liquid videos.
Nice. Oh, that sounds like fun.
Bacon says Googled lemon and Peora. It's a lemon flavored soda made with mineral water from the town of Peora or whatever in New Zealand.
Huh. All right. We'll have to do that.
Terry says Hatch Chili Pop, wasn't that a song by Poison?
It should have been.
And then he laughed my ass off, you have one.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't a horrible soda, but well, you can see it wasn't good enough for me to drink another one.
Yeah, I think you got one for you and one for me, and we tried yours and didn't like it, so we didn't drink that one.
That's pretty much right. All right, well, before we get cooking with the dessert, let me go ahead and pull one for a week coming up. Next week we have green chili. Arnold, if you're still there. Your request of green chili next Saturday. All right, let's get this in here.
Peyton said that he had one of those biz devices to carbonate beverages. We made carbonated Kool-Aid and milk and coffee and tea and orange juice and all kinds of weird things till it broke.
Carbonated milk. All right. So next weekend, green chili. It's okay. This is the one I've got for now.
Over on this side.
Okay. We'll see. As long as the meals don't interrupt me being able to get some sleep at night, I'll keep doing this. Crazy Dad. Yeah, so Crazy Food Crew. Cream eggs on toast. There we have it. So we got a breakfast coming up. And I'm going to have to tell you, I'm going to include bacon. There'll probably be a substantially larger amount of bacon than actual eggs on toast. All right.
Just want to catch up here real quick. Steve says, I don't think there's an alternate universe out of an infinite amount of universes where chilies and sodas go good together. And Eli says, I want to make a Dave's Devil Spit Pickle Juice Soda.
Woo!
Those are good pickles.
Yeah, the Devil's Spit are good. But boy, yeah. Ew, soda. All right, I'm going to pour some fresh cream on the top of this.
Terry says, fact check, Unskinny Bah is a song by Poison.
Ah.
Milk is the worst thing to carbonate, Bacon says.
Oh, yeah, I would imagine. Okay.
Terry says, I've never met an
effervescent.
Yeah, cow that I liked. That looks good.
Okay. Let's pull up just a bite. Just. I don't know if you can see the bite. Can they see that?
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. Your first bite is even ready to take.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Did I give you too much dinner?
You did.
Did I give you too much salad?
Well, I'll finish it as soon as we're done with the stream.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to make sure I didn't. I'm sorry I overdid it with the dinner.
Not a big deal. Bacon says milk is the worst thing to carbonate. I said that, right?
Yep.
And then Terry says, yeah, I never met an... Oh, I said that.
Yep.
Eli says, pro tip, Don not. I repeat, do not carbonate milk. If you use that soda stream brand device, learned the hard way.
Well, I wouldn't think that milk, would carbonate very well.
I don't think I'd like my coffee carbonated either. That might not be very good. That was one of the things that they tried. Rob said, just had a good idea for your tumbler. You wrap it in a Glad wrap, then they don't fall out.
For what now?
Your thing to draw out what you're
Oh.
wrap it with saran wrap.
This is not a bad idea.
Yeah, I thought about a screen on the inside too, but
I do have some. Yummy.
Bacon says, peachy.
It is very peachy. A few weeks back, I made some jalapeno peach cobbler. That was really good. It had a very nice jalapeno flavor, but I was missing the little kick of heat that I was hoping to get. I had a week or two before that, I had made some jalapeno cornbread that had a nice little bit of jalapeno heat along with the flavor and the honey butter that we put on top of it. Oh, man. It was like eating a jalapeno cornbread cake. It was really good.
Jenna says you should make a French toast burger.
Mrs. Old Guy's going to write that down, and we're going to put it in the basket right now. Because that's just how we roll. Well, actually, we just figured it was better to do it as they come in so that nothing gets forgot. And like next week when I'm pulling out, this request has the same equal chance as all the rest of them. So,
There you go.
all right. And that sounds good, by the way.
Yeah, it does. Bacon says, that sounds funny, Janice. Ralph said that was a great idea.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Eli says, I made a burger with maple bar Long John a couple of weeks ago. How was it?
So, if you, just for your general information, the topping on this was actually cooked all the way through, made kind of like a cake. Mm-hmm. It's actually pretty good.
Really good.
Yeah, I was surprised. It was thicker than I expected it to be. Normally, it's like a super thick pancake batter or something. It's got a little viscosity to it. This stuff was more like paste.
Eli said it was good, but bacon is a must.
Yep.
Bacon says, I haven't tried a burger on a donut, other pastry yet.
Yeah, neither have I. I've been resistant to the change. Of like chicken and waffles. To me, that just seemed like the dumbest combination. But I guess until I actually try it.
Or like a peanut butter and jelly burger.
Peanut butter and jelly burger.
We've heard that's really good,
Yeah.
but we haven't tried it.
Right. And my initial thought was just the same as the other one. Like, oh, that's not going to be good. I'm the people that like that are just crazy. Yeah. So I think I'd better rethink that. Because I know that my friend Arthur is not crazy.
I think we should try one.
And already, I know it's like way beforehand. But I was telling Arthur just the other day that I am really looking forward to Rocky Horror Picture Show again this October. We had so much fun last year. I've never had as much fun at a movie as I did the 2 nights that we did our Rocky Horror Picture Show thing. And yeah, I want to do it again. It was too much fun. Oh, and Mrs. Old Guy's going to say, I just want to have an excuse to wear my knit stockings or my net stockings, and I can't argue.
Bacon says resistant diabetes with that burger on a donut or other pastry.
Well, it's not easy.
Bacon says, I do love chicken and waffles and hot sauce.
It just seemed weird. It does. It just still seems weird. But I'll try it.
Write it down, Eli.
What's that?
Dessert suggestion. Peach Danish.
Peach Danish.
That would be good.
Yep.
Anything
That's
peach is good.
one I could bake on stream, but obviously to make the Danish pastry, I'm gonna need a few hours beforehand. So, but hey, give me a reason to make some Danish. Having access to all the Danish I could make was kind of part of the reason why I am where I am.
Janice says, I have had a donut burger and the peanut butter and jelly on a burger.
Did you like them both?
Steve says, speaking of the devil, have you any plans to hang out soon with Arthur?
Mm-hmm. Monday. We're going to film for those of you that maybe have not seen it, Arthur and I last year did it was called the Extended North Fork Valley Best Burger, and there was a dozen places that we went to and reviewed over a period of about as many weeks. And one of them, obviously, was going to be the winner. And I never got a hold of the owners, and got busy doing other stuff. So last year we weren't able to make a return trip to give them their award for winning our particular reviews. So I finally got a hold of the owner on his Facebook page, which is Fat Belly Burgers, and that's one word, Fat Belly Burgers in Carbondale, Colorado, if you want to check out their website or their Facebook page.
Yep.
But I got a hold of the owner finally, and he knows that we're going to be there on Monday. So I'm hoping to meet the owner and give him the little wood plaque award that I made. You guys want to see it? Raise your hands if you want to see the plaque that I made for Fat Belly Burger.
Janice says, next year can you record the whole show and put it on your channel?
Are we talking the Rocky Horror?
Yes.
I don't know, Janice. I mean, I could record it. I could record it. I just don't know if it would violate any Facebook, YouTube. I mean, yeah, YouTube copyright things. But I will check into it. I took a bunch of videos last year, or Mrs. Old Guy did. I took some, before my parts, but it was so much fun. Yeah,
Janice said that she did like them both, but the donut burger was really messy with all the glaze on the donuts.
Ah, okay.
And so Janice is raising her hand. Carol's hand is up. Steve says, I want to see the award for the Chuck Wagon burger. Arnold's raising his hand. Janice is like, yes, we want to see
award for the Chuck Wagon burger.
And Ralph raises his hand.
Okay, I'll get it. I don't know if you need to have better light. Is this all good?
That should be okay.
Can you guys see that?
Maybe a little closer, maybe?
A little closer? Should I? I'll have that other light here. Oh.
That's better. We might be able to read it a little better that way.
So anyway, that's it. Nice strap for it to hang from their wall. And what this says here, I'll read it to you since you're not going to be able to see it. After reviewing the 12 burger places in the extended North Fork Valley, Fat Belly Burger was the clear winner with 17 out of a possible 20 points. All the burgers were rated on quality of the meat, freshness of the toppings, cost, and overall flavor. And then a little thing that where to watch them on YouTube, my and Arthur's channel. So, can you see that any better if I come closer? I don't know if you can see that.
It's a little better. Eli says, that looks cool. And Carol says, read it, which you just did. Steve says, that's pretty nice. And Eli says, I want that on my wall. LOL.
So, anyway, this is what Arthur and I are going to do Monday.
Ralph says that's cool, would look nice on the wall behind their counter.
Yep, I think that the owner will be happy with at least some, at least some recognition, for, because they did have a pretty good burger, and part of the reason was the meat. And I talked to, I think maybe it was the owner's wife, the day that we filmed, and she said that they have a ranch and they raise their own beef. So, grass-fed beef. And I had to laugh. I teased the waitress, or not the waitress, but the cook. On their sign, it says that they have grass-fed beef, and on their menu it says they have grass-fed hot dogs. I was asking her, how do you grass feed a hot dog? But anyway, I guess they make their own hot dogs as well, and they're probably all beef. So I just thought that was a funny tease.
Carol liked the plaque, by the way.
Oh, thank you. So, Fat Belly Burgers, if you are ever in Carbondale, Colorado, if you're that close, going to be that close to Old Guy, call me and I'll meet you there. Send me an email, at least. And I'd be glad to meet you.
And that includes you, Arthur, or Arnold.
Yeah, Arnold, Eddie.
Yeah.
I mean, really, you guys keep saying, oh, we have to come up and talk. We have to come up. We're going to have to come up. Never do.
Didn't mean to call you Arthur, sorry. That came out wrong.
That's okay. I'm not
Arnold.
going to pull any shots. They've been promising me for a while. Eddie even came up within about 40 minutes. Just up at Redstone.
Yep.
And he didn't manage to make it over the pass to see his uncle, so this almost means war. Okay, it doesn't mean that at all. It just means that we should come see your uncle.
It says, have you ever been served beef so raw it's scared to eat the salad?
It started to eat the salad, maybe.
Maybe.
Yep.
Maybe that's what it is.
Just about.
Steve says middle finger plaque for Chuck Wagon.
Yeah, I renamed them. It's not the Chuck Wagon anymore. It's the Up Chuck Wagon. That was really, really a bad burger. In fact, I don't suppose it would be much of a exaggeration to say it was one of the worst burgers I've ever had. Ever. It was just awful. Both Arthur and I were feeling sick after we ate that, the 3 bites that we took. Never again. We're not going back there.
Ralph says, not sure why grass-fed beef makes me imagine cows getting high. That's funny, Ralph.
Grass-fed beef. Yep, cows munching down a bunch of plants. Well, there'd be a bunch of angry hippies, that's for sure.
Yeah, there would.
Oh, what are you doing? Follow them around for 3 days with a little baggie to get it back. So I'm really hoping that possibly we can get out and see the Northern Lights tonight. We'll see. I'm not going to hold my breath, but I'm going to try to remain a little optimistic and hope that maybe even if we drive a little bit west, that we'll be able to see. Because the pictures that we saw from taken around the area were amazing, and it's like, ugh. So we'll see. We are about ready to wrap it up. Got about another 6 minutes or so.
Eddie says it's 3 hours, 15 minutes. I will plan it.
Please, yeah, come on. I'll even make sure that Chumley doesn't bite you and that Polly doesn't jump on you too much. Chumley won't bite you.
Eli says it's a Labrador man.
A Labrador man, huh?
Arnold says, "Hey, brother." Ed says, "Hey, brother."
Yeah. Yeah, see, two brothers. Listen, guys. You pick up, Arnold, you pick up your phone and call Eddie. And Eddie, when he calls, you pick it up. And then you guys talk together about the both of you just coming up at the same time. Huh? What about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, huh?
Or we'd even be happy to meet you in Carbondale.
Yeah, we'd meet you part way if we had to. But it would be nice if you'd come up and let me cook for you.
Yeah.
So, all right, that's all I'm going to say. No, that's not all I'm going to say. It's just all I'm going to say for now.
Arnold says, "We do all the time."
Well, then, if you did all the time, then why haven't you been up here yet?
Arnold says, "Can't wait."
Can't wait.
And Eli says, "We need the nephews in a video."
Video would be great. Getting them up here would be a miracle. Boy, I'm going to believe that when it happens. And that's how a lot of things are, right? You believe it after it happens, don't you?
Steve says, "LOL, just see your uncle."
Yeah, see? Guys, people are going to give you crap now until you come up and see me. Every time you log on now. In fact, folks, listen to me. Every time Eddie or Arnold logs on, you guys ask them if they've came up to visit me yet. And give them crap if they haven't.
Arnold says, "Why don't you come to the big city?"
Because I'm old and angry. And if I try to drive in that madhouse they call a city, I'm subject to get myself put into jail. I don't want to do that.
I don't want him to do that either.
So, and not only that, your car works just as good as mine does. You're younger. You can handle the drive better than I can. That's my story, and I'm going to stick to it. Well, if anybody has any last minute dinner suggestions or whatever, comments, weird questions.
Ralph says, "Could Photoshop and say it happened?"
Oh, what?
Ralph said you could Photoshop it and say it happened.
Oh, yeah, but that's not nearly as fun.
And Arnold says, "I have a bondsman on special daily."
Yeah. Well, that bothers me.
Dial.
That would bother me that you would have a bondsman on speed dial. Think about that.
And Eli said, "Thanks for another fun stream."
Oh, thank you guys. I appreciate it. As always, I appreciate you guys. When we pull that ticket and we see what's going to come up for, coming up, it's always fun. And, it's always a fun topic of conversation between me and Mrs. Old Guy and what we're going to do and blah, blah, blah. So I really appreciate it. And I appreciate everybody coming out and hanging out with me, especially on a holiday weekend. So, yeah, y'all take care, and I will see you next Saturday night. Arnold, green chili, your request. So you'd better be here.
That is next week. That's the following week.
No, green chili next week.
No.
Yes. Yes, it is green chili next week.
Okay.
The week after is the...
Oh, yes, premix.
See, don't tell me. I know. See, you think you know it all,
No, I don't.
but you don't. Well, you sure act like you do, and I'm telling you. Arnold, I want to see you here next Saturday. You and Andrea. Here.
He says yummy, and I will.
Yeah, right. You'll probably see me from your front room like you are right now. That's okay, I suppose. All right, you guys, I'm going to get out of here. Doug and Shar, hey, thanks for watching. Everybody have a good Mother's Day weekend. Be safe. I'll see you next Saturday night. Bye-bye.